Hello, everyone. I'm excited to share with you on Hostess Coaching and Pre-profiling. So, one of the things to remember when you are hostess coaching is remembering that you are working for her. You're working, well, mostly working with her actually, but it is your job to get her as much free product as possible. And so when you're talking with her, you want to remind her or let her know that you're partnering together to get her the most free product as possible. So you can even get her wish list so you know what she's working towards. So some of what I'm going to share with you today, most of it I think is going to be virtual. However, you can work the same idea if you are in person, because I know some of us are starting to do in-person things. And so that everybody's level of comfort is different. So whatever works for you. So once you have booked the party with your hostess, or you booked an appointment and you've turned it into a party, whether it's a Facebook posting party over a couple of days, or whether it's a 5 and 5, then what you're going to do is you're going to set up, if you're doing the hostess or if you're doing the Facebook party, and you're going to set up the party first or set up the group first, even before you add your hostess. I use Visly to do my posts, but you can go in and do them yourself. I like to keep it simple, and so I pretty much use the same one each time, and each day has a different focus. So Sunday is our welcome, Monday is our eyes and lips, Tuesday is flawless face, Wednesday is skincare, and Thursday is my favorites. So I like to have the group set up, all the posts pre-scheduled to go in, and then I'll add the hostess. And that way everything looks exactly that I want to see it, and she's not already in the group, and then I have to delete something if I find that it's wrong or whatever. So I like to have everything set up and ready to go. Once I've done that, then I add the hostess. I will send her a link directly to the party. And then I will also send her a script and ask her to, now's the time we get to invite your friends, and I'll send her a script, and I can include my scripts in a PDF below this video. And it's going to include a link to the party. And so she can invite people a couple of ways. I actually find a combination of both of them to be the best. One is to just go through into the group, hit invite, and then she can just go through and invite her friends that she wants to. Remind her that she can invite people anywhere in Canada. Then she'll want to send a direct message, individually personalized to each person that she really wants to join the party. Because a lot of times people are invited to things and they just either ignore it, they don't know their notifications, or they don't know where to find their notifications. They may not even realize it if they're too busy, don't check there. So a direct message is definitely the best, I find. And so if they're already invited to the group and they click on it, all they have to do is choose join. When you set up the group, you want to make sure that it is private and not anybody can just add themselves whenever they want. So remind her that you are working with her to get as much free product as possible. Basically, you can kind of coach her each day as the party unfolds. Remind her that it's really important for her to comment on each post, because if there are friends in her party that you're not friends with on Facebook, it may not show up on their feed. And then if you're doing a 5 and 5, which is another option, and the way I do my 5 and 5s is after I've got the hostess, I send her the script of how to invite her friends. And once she has somebody confirmed, then I will ask her to, in Facebook Messenger, create a group or create a message that's with 3 people, her, myself, and the first person that is confirmed that they're able to make it. And then as people confirm that they're able to join for that specific day and time, then she can add them to the Facebook Messenger chat. And in that chat, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, once everybody looks like they're there, then I'll just type and, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to, to share with you my 5 favorite products on this day and this time. And, just let me know how you know Michelle or the hostess or whatever her name is. And then it gets people interacting and talking. And then in both parties, I have a link, and I use Google Forms. I find it, for me, the easiest way, and I get the best results. Google Forms is free, so don't pay for it. And it allows you to create a form or questionnaire. And I'm just going to read to you my questions. You want to keep it simple, because if it takes too long for them to answer, they're not going to do it. So it just says Jamie's Mary Kay guest party profile, email, first name and last name, cell number, mailing address, name of my friend that invited me, aka the hostess. Have you tried Mary Kay before? No, yes, but not currently, or yes, and I have a consultant, because I want to know if they already currently have a consultant, right? If I could change anything about my skin, it would be, and then there's space for them to leave an answer, and I would love to learn how to, and then they fill in the blank with that. So that just helps me to get to know, most importantly, it gets me their contact info so that I can connect with them after to do the individual close. Because even virtually, it's really important to have your individual close and be able to follow up with them. So that is basically my pre-profiling, my guests that are there. So whether I do that in the 5 and 5 and ask them to link or ask them to fill it out, or if it's on the Facebook posting party, either one, it's in there early on so that they have time to fill it out. You can offer the 5 and 5s I would do, and you know what, you could do it in the Facebook posting party, because if they go and do it, you could offer them a goodie bag. And if you're doing a live in-person party, you can ask your hostess, who does she have coming, or who has she invited to come to the party? And, can she send you their name and phone number so that you can connect with them, and so you know what to fit in their goodie bag or what to put in their goodie bag. And so when you reach out with them, you can ask them those similar questions. If it's a text message, you could just text them the link to that. And that way, it just keeps it all in one place. Then you can open it up on your computer from anywhere. You can open it in a Excel sheet and see all the answers to it, who the guests are. And if for some reason, if you're doing it in person and the guest doesn't show up, but you have her information and you've made up a little goodie bag for her, then you have a reason to get a hold of her, and you can say, hey, Melissa, it's Jamie with Mary Kay. We missed you last night at Rachel's party. I have a goodie bag here for you. Where can I drop it off for you? Try to do it at work if that's possible, just for the exposure. Or you can offer her, of course, an opportunity to get together for her complimentary facial or complimentary pamper session, and you'll have her goodie bag for her. In the goodie bag, keep it simple. If you have color cards, you could put a color card in there, a candy, a chocolate, a hand cream. If you do a color card, you could put in a sponge tip applicator, that kind of thing. Just make it look cute, and it doesn't have to be huge, but there you go. So, and then just encouraging your hostess as we go along. I'll send her a message. If I'm not seeing very many posts or people commenting, I will just double check and ask her, hey, can you just, when you have a second, go in and comment on the posts, just to remind her that it is helpful for that. And you know what, if you can get her to go live in her party and just let people know what she loves about Mary Kay, or tell us about some of her favorite products, that's a huge deal. That's a really big deal, but not everybody feels comfortable with that. So if they could post a picture, or they could just do a post and let people know my favorite Mary Kay products are this, or this is why I love them. It's really helpful, especially if your hostess has used Mary Kay before. So that is great. Then when you're getting into your closing, and I think we've got a session on closing, but what I just wanted to say, I will also go in the party and add friends, add people, the guests that are in the party. I will add them to my friends, because then the sooner, if they accept the friend request, then if I send them a closing message or a message for closing with them, they'll see it. Whereas if they're not friends with me and I send them a message, it'll go to their other folder and they may or may not see it. Let me just see if there is anything else. If you know what, it's really a great idea to actually call and talk to your hostess on the phone instead of just messaging. If you're sending her a script, absolutely just copy and paste it. Let her know, when you're inviting your guests, to copy and paste, but personalize each one. But if you are able to talk to her on the phone, that is great. It's important for her to hear your voice, to hear your excitement that you're working with her, and all that kind of stuff. So I think Hostess Coaching, pre-profiling ladies, is super important. And to be honest, I personally have found that the Google Forms is the easiest thing to do. It's the least invasive, if I want. Sometimes people aren't excited to give out phone numbers. To be honest, these days, I don't want to give out my friend's phone number. Some people don't care. Or to send them a message on Facebook, that's okay too. But even if you do get a hold of them, I find it's really easy just to send them this link for the form. They can fill it out, let them know that it's going to help you to know, I just want to ask a few questions about your skin and what's important to you. It'll help me to, personalize my party for you. So there we have Hostess Coaching and Pre-Profiling. I will send my scripts included in the bottom of this, and there we go. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. I can't wait to hear how it goes and try it out, and let me know what you think.